Alright, hey guys, remember CCG back to the video. With this video, I'm bringing you guys my Tenpai Dragon deck profile, and it says Post Legacy of Destruction. So we're going to get started here with 3 copies of Zongdora. So Zongdora is just a great monster here. You're limited on what type of Tenpai Dragons you have here, so for the most part you want to max them out. But this guy's is able to get himself out. He's great. He can also special summon himself out. When he battles, he can special summon one from the deck. It's a great extender, good card overall. The Baidora here, being able to search out your Tenpai spells or traps is solid. And that's going to get you straight into your field spell or your quick play spell in order to extend. Just a great card you want to see 3 of. 2 copies of Fedora here. This card mainly gets value from having a Tenpai Dragon already in your grave. It's still very powerful, but you do need to find a way to get it in there, so that could limit it sometimes. For that reason, we want to run 2 copies. Then here we're just going to have a bunch of hand traps and board breakers basically. So we have 3 copies of Nibiru, just being able to destroy your opponent's board. 3 copies of Kashtira Fenrir. It's great for if you're going second, getting this monster out. Makes it a bit more intimidating for if your opponent wants to do anything. 1 copy of Druis Worm and 1 copy of Magnamut. It's just, again, another form of interaction. It also synergizes pretty well with Effect Veiler in case you want to get it out and your opponent doesn't have Lighter Darks. Then we have 3 copies of Ash Blossom as a generic hand trap of choice. 3 copies of Effect Veiler. Again, another hand trap of choice here. You definitely want to test around, see what hand traps you like, and depending on how the meta shapes with the new April 2024 ban list, you definitely want to adapt and change your hand traps. Otherwise, we do run 3 copies of Sangan Kaiman. This card's really good because it's able to search out your Fire Dragon monsters, but not only that, but summon them from the hand. So normally you're going to be activating this card during the battle phase anyway, so you can get both of these effects out. It's an amazing extender, and from when you see the combos video, you'll see just how great it is. Then we have 3 copies of the field spell. This card's insane just because it makes your Fire Dragon monsters unaffected by your opponent's activated effects, and it can also add yourself a Tenpai Dragon monster from your deck to your hand. You're going to see in the combos video just how good of a card this is. This can also double the attack of your Dragon Synchro monster, enabling some amazing OTK plays. And then we have 1 copy of Lightning Storm. Just if you're going second, this is a great card to go for. You can also, the alternatives here could be Harpy Feather Duster or maybe a Regeki. It's up to you really. 1 copy of Triple Attack Talents. Again, we're kind of going second a lot, so you want to be able to play through it and use something like this. 1 copy of Terraforming because the field spell is insane, as I covered, so being able to search it out, always really good. 3 copies of Pot of Prosperity. You can see that you're limited on your main engine, so you want to be able to search it out. And having the damage you deal to your opponent isn't too bad, just because if you guys have seen anything with this deck, the OTK plays are insane, so you don't need to do that much damage, and you really want to search things out. 3 copies of Forbidden Droplet is just an amazing board breaker. This card can negate a bunch of effect monsters, and sometimes you just really need to discard something to negate it, or maybe your opponent's trying to stop one of your plays. Being able to get rid of that monster from the field is also pretty solid. 3 copies of Imperm. It's another hand trap of choice. The deck can run a lot of hand traps, so you really want to use them. Okay guys, before we go to the extra deck, if you are enjoying the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and consider becoming a member if you want to influence the type of content I create. And stay tuned because I'm going to be dropping combos of this deck. But if you guys want to see combos using the new support that was recently announced, it will be on the top right corner. Otherwise, let's get started here with 2 copies of Sangan Super Dragon Transcend Dragion. This card's pretty solid. When it's synchro summon, it's going to flip your opponent's monsters to attack position, and it's going to force it to attack into it. Not only that, it can bring itself out, and it can also pop a card in the field. It's just a solid card overall. Have 2 copies of it just in case something happens to the first copy. 2 copies of Sangan Rise Dragon Biden Dragion. This card is going to be your main way of extending to your other plays. It's a level 7 tuner, so you're going to be able to utilize this card with the other Tenpai Dragons here in order to go into your level 10 synchros. And again, it's easy to get this card out from the grave, pop things out as well. It's just a great card overall. 1 copy of the Red Rose Dragon. This card, when it's synchro summon, can banish all cards from the graveyard. Then if this card was synchro summon using Black Rose Dragon, you can destroy all cards in the field. So the nice thing about this card is just being able to banish all cards from the graves. In case your opponent really relies on the graveyard, having this in your extra deck can be really nice. 1 copy of Trident Dragion. This is going to be what enables a lot of the OTK plays. You're going to be popping your field spell here in order to enable its attack boost. Same thing with the other dragons here. You really just want to be able to increase its attack boost in that way. It's going to be your main beater here. And then 1 copy of Salamander here. It's going to enable you to draw some cards. That can be nice. It can just help in case you're bricking. 1 copy of Moonlight Dragon. When it's summoned or level 5 or higher monster is special summoned to your opponent's side of the field. You can target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls and return that target to the hand. So just being able to bounce anything is great. Black Rose Dragon, being able to synchro summon during your opponent's turn into this and nuke your opponent's board. Pretty powerful, and if you need to, you can just go into this right away as well. One copy of the Vagnawa, the Moon Eating Dragon. This card can do some burn damage and can get kind of beefy in case you need to attack your opponent and try to go for game. And then we run the one copy of Salamangreat Raging Phoenix, the Promethean Princess, and then the Hida the Fire Charmer, just because you can kind of go up each one. And with the Salamangreat Raging Phoenix here, it can get pretty beefy, as if a face-up fire monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is in your grave, you can target one of those monsters, special summon this card, and if you do, this card gains attack equal to that monster's attack. So you can see it can get pretty beefy. Then you can pop your own cards to kind of enable this card to get stronger here. And then Promethean Princess, you can summon a fire monster from your grave, so you can use that to either extend or just go into the Link 4 here. And same thing with the Hida. If your opponent's running Ash Blossom, you're going to be able to just take that and then Link Climb. One copy of SP Little Knight is just a great card overall. You're not going to go into it a lot, but the option is there. And then one copy of the Hieratic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. It's a dragon deck, and being able to tribute a monster from your hand or field to return a face-up card in the field to the hand is nice, just in case you need that balance. And then for the side deck here, it's just the extra copy of Fedora in case you want to consider running that. But otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the combos. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.